Okay, we're live. Oh man, exciting stuff here tonight. Topiary time. Hope all you guys are doing well. Welcome back to some late night Dino. Very interesting list. Blue Bear. Yeah, we're going to see some spicy things, and it's going to get a little bit more spicy. Maybe not tonight. I'll show you guys the Lando Dino, Land Before Time, whatever I want to call it. I haven't quite decided yet, but it's focusing even more on these dual face cards. Some of you guys may have seen my community post from this afternoon. Wow, I think I may be on to something. Again, leaning more heavily into these cards that can come down as lands, Khalni Ambush or Khalni Territory, and Bala Ged Recovery, which is fantastic. And this card, specifically in paper, is sitting right now at about $5, I think. Maybe $5.50, which, I don't know, that's a head scratcher. So it certainly seems like it's doing good work somewhere. It definitely piqued my interest when I was looking at various dual face cards, and certainly it is nice. Returning target card from your graveyard to your hand, of course. That might be something like Regisaur Alpha, and say I have a Marauding or an Otepec Huntmaster out. Regisaur Alpha could come down for 4, so as long as I have 7 mana, 3 for Bala Ged Recovery, 4 for Regisaur, and we're back into the game. We're moving. Could be attacking with Regisaur plus the token, of course, if I do have Otepec Huntmaster out, or just swinging for big damage with Marauding Raptor there. And not in the list, in the description, just last minute, I wanted to add a single copy of the Immortal Sun. I've always wanted to use it to some degree. Of course, it's kind of rough when you see a couple copies, so that's why I only have the single one here. And being kind of more ramp focused, I think there's a pretty good chance I'd more easily get to 6, be able to play this. Hopefully, we get to see it at least once tonight, because, man, this is an absolutely splendid artifact. Things that cost a little bit higher, 6, 7 potentially. I think that could be a pretty good angle to explore. Certainly, I do like to lean on cost reduction for dinosaurs and creatures with Marauding Raptor and Otepec Huntmaster here, but also getting lots of lands down could open up the possibility. This card, the Immortal Sun, this is from Rivals of Ixalan. Is this the one you mean, Blue Bear? I actually had a copy of this, and I sold it for about $13, I think, and then the price shot right up. But it does everything, pretty much. Players can activate Planeswalker's loyalty abilities. At the beginning of your draw step, you just draw an additional card. Yes, it is an older card from one of the 2 dinosaur sets. Lovely stuff. And in foil, this card is absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. And spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Creatures you control get +1/+1. This is a commander staple card for a reason. It does just so much good stuff. I could even see myself adding a couple more copies. I do have the full play set, and I've always just, wanted to use it. But getting back to things, we got Commune with Dinosaurs. Now, I do want to highlight, Commune may not be right in a list like this, just because I have quite a few non-dino things. There's 3 Bala Ged Recoveries, Khalni Ambush, Huntmaster, of course, the Immortal Sun. So there's quite a few things that I will have to unfortunately pass up if I do see it with Commune with Dinosaurs. So I could see myself switching it out, possibly. Hopefully I still get some nice hits. Usually there's still a very good chance that I'm able to grab something, but it could be rough. There's a chance I whiff, unfortunately, quite a bit more easily, especially with these dual-faced cards, sorceries, instants, non-dinos, unfortunately. And then the mana base, nothing too crazy, bunch of basics. Now I did keep it at 2 mountain and 3 forest previously when I use ranging raptors or something like Topiary Stomper that cares about basics. you want to see a nice amount just in case, you've played a couple early on and maybe those were the only basics you have, or then there's nothing to potentially gain value from playing something like Topiary Stomper. So 5 or 6. Previously I've done 6, but the main thing, as long as you're getting lands, this guy coming down, even if you don't have a basic land to search for because you have all of them out. 3 for a 4/4 Vigilance. Very fantastic stuff. Oftentimes coming down for 2 green. That's just lovely. I love Vigilance on things. But hopefully you're getting that land as well. Then Wayward Swordtooth, of course, pairing Topiary and Wayward. They both care about lands. Previously leaning a lot into lands, using something like just Wayward Swordtooth before Topiary Stomper was released. Didn't feel quite right. It was very rough, to say the least, but now with the addition of Topiary, I think this is the right, perfect pairing, the right environment for something like Wayward Swordtooth to really excel in a kind of rampy Dino list, where previously it kind of hurt things. Using too many lands, just Wayward Swordtooth has pretty much the only payoff for leaning more in that direction. So it's going to be good, definitely. Lots of permanents. I mean, Wayward cares about permanents, Topiary. And I do want to mention Topiary. It's 1 card, but you get 2 permanents, the Dinosaur plus the land. So that's just going to absolutely help accelerate getting to 10 for Wayward Swordtooth. And I mean, a 5/5 for 3, sometimes for 2, even for 1. That is lovely stuff. Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to take some tweaking for sure. Certainly Blue Pair. It's been a little hit or miss, but I think as long as you use lots of lands, I feel like this might be the right direction to go. Perhaps Topiary Stomper just isn't really good for dinos at all. More useful in some other non-dino list. But I think we can find the right mix of stuff to make this guy work. And of course, being a dinosaur, we're going to be able to, give him haste with Huntmaster, the cost reduction. And it's a pretty decent body. It does help cast Ghalta, a little bit easier, of course. And again, the pairing, Wayward, Topiary, both caring about permanence, being able to play lands, that sort of thing. This is a match made in heaven. That's the hope, at least. Sideboard-wise for tonight, we're trying to still deal with Winota, Joiner of Forces, cheating out big, nasty humans whenever they attack with non-humans. Oh, she is running rampant, to say the least. I've faced her quite a few times. So going to these dual-face cards, Khalni Ambush, instant speed, target creature you control fights, target creature you don't control. That's good. That's very important. The turn they go to cast Winota, Joiner of Forces, hoping to attack with a bunch of non-humans. You just put a pause right before it goes to combat, and hopefully, simply, you just fight Winota with Khalni Ambush here. It would be nice if you have, say, Wayward Swordtooth out, because he's going to survive from Winota's 4 power. But even if you have to sacrifice Topiary Stomper, killing Winota before they can get a lot of value and sometimes run away with the game from all her triggers. Oh, nasty stuff. Simic or Sultai, I could see Topiary Stomper being pretty good in Simic, yeah. Anything ramping. So technically, in a way, we've got 16 ramping cards at the moment. The pseudo ramp from Marauding Raptor and Otepec Huntmaster is, while it's better than normal ramp, of course it's easy to kill these small things, but they do allow you to cast, hopefully, more than one thing a turn due to cost reduction. Then Wayward, just playing multiple lands a turn, nice ramping. Of course you want a critical mass of potential lands just to make as much benefit of playing an additional one on each of your turns with this guy. And then Topiary, getting basic lands. very, very rampy, to say the least, with all those guys. And I did cut Drover the Mighty just because, kind of similar to Topiary Stomper, getting a land. Drover the Mighty only ever helps to cast one thing because it only taps for 1 mana, so I think it's makes pretty good sense switching Topiary Stomper with Drover of the Mighty. Then going back to the sideboard, Reckless Rage, a little bit more instant speed interaction. 1 red, deal 2 damage to one of our guys, 4 damage to likely Winota, taking her out. Nice cheap removal, fantastic, and it does feature a dinosaur in the art, so of course I gotta use it. Shifting Ceratops, as always. Blue-white control, Azorius Control is doing some fantastic things in Explorer. Yeah, I could see that, yeah. But definitely fighting. 100%, so that's certainly why I like Khalni Ambush. Again, if it's a control deck, you know, they don't have a lot of creatures, maybe they don't have any creatures, of course I can always default to simply playing it as a land, maybe playing it as my second land due to having Wayward Swordtooth out, so I think it really elevates it. Of course there's cheaper fight spells, but you lose out on that potential upside of Khalni Ambush. If that's all it was, it would just simply be sitting in your hand, nothing to fight. You wouldn't be able to make any use out of it. Yeah, I know. That's the fantastic potential. Pairing the fighting, instant speed fighting. I definitely would recommend instant speed fighting. Just again, respond to various targeted removal. Fatal Push is a big one. Bloodchief's Thirst, but you get the idea. You've likely had your creatures killed by various nasty stuff, so if you can respond to that with the creature that's being targeted and just fight one of their creatures, take it out, even if both die, that makes their removal spell just go to waste, basically. So be looking out for that interaction, definitely. But yeah, always the backup. You can play it as a land. It's lovely stuff. Oh man, this is going to be good. And yeah, Rampaging Ferocidon, Deathgorge Scavenger. Lots of the key toolbox dinos in the sideboard and lots of lands. So technically, we'll take a look here. We got 21 lands, but if you wanted to add the 3 Bala Ged Recovery and Khalni Ambush, that can somewhat possibly take us up to 28, depending how you want to look at that. 28 lands, that's fantastic stuff. I am playing around with a list that is going up to 32, maybe even more, but really going hard on this Wayward Swordtooth. The potential to just dump a bunch of lands, Regisaur, maybe we get the Immortal Sun. Always lovely drawing more stuff. But without further ado, let's jump into things. Definitely save. Oh, there's Lando Dino. I'm not using that at the moment. Maybe tomorrow night. Again, a list using even more of those dual face cards. Oh, it's very exciting, very, very spicy stuff, like Blue Bear you were hoping to see. So hopefully you see the spice go off. Fry, how's it going? How's it going? Thanks for joining. Under the weather, that's too bad. Hopefully you're feeling better soon. Oh man, that's nuts. Having kids and whatnot. Rough stuff. Always rough when they're sick or under the weather, especially. It's kind of nice seeing Topiary Stomper. I'm going to keep it. I was certainly thinking Rampaging Brontodon, but for whatever reason, it's not added into Explorer. I think they're only focusing on actual normal standard sets, unfortunately. I think Rampaging Brontodon was from like a supplementary set from M20, I believe. Back in the saddle. Good stuff, good stuff. Hopefully, hey. We got some graveyard reanimation, something. Hopefully it's not Greasefang, but when they have something like Faithful Mending, it could be a very, very rough time indeed. Trainer James, how's it going? How's it going? Winota, Joiner of Forces. Trainer James, definitely that is the big one, for sure. Yes, still be good in Historic, lots of fun stuff. Certainly somewhat linear, just playing. Oh man, they just keep. Hopefully they don't get something nasty in the graveyard. This is, let's sit tight here. Oh boy. But yeah, going back to Rampaging Brontodon, I do wish that was in. Unfortunately, that's not. I kind of want, yeah, let's get the Topiary Stomper, get some more lands. Getting close to 7 here. That's pretty fantastic. Could potentially see the 7th one next turn. Attack with lots of stuff as long as they don't sweep us. It might go downhill for them. But yeah, Winota, Joiner of Forces. Trainer James cheating out. Big. Oh, the Immortal Sun. That is. I was hoping to see that. What am I at? They could definitely counter it. We got. Let's try it. Cross the fingers. Go time. Oh, they're countering it. They're doing something. Oh, they did not. Well. This is looking pretty good. And at least I have got to 10 permanents, so if they do destroy all our creatures, we go below 10 permanents. I still technically have had that, so if I wanted to go this second Wayward Swordtooth and I didn't have 10 permanents, I would still be able to attack and block with it, since I've at least met that requirement once. But I think Azorius Control, Winota, Joiner of Forces. Yeah, nothing too crazy is really blowing up in the current meta. Of course, it has to solidify a fair bit. Ooh, I like this. Alrighty, Commune. Let's get something good. It is a little unfortunate I don't have Shifting Ceratops, and speaking of Azorius Control being a pretty good menace, we're facing it right here. So perhaps I should always just default to starting with Shifting Ceratops, just due to the fact Azorius Control does seem to be pretty prevalent at the moment. I would like Ghalta. Nah, I'll just go Topiary. Lands for days. Two green for a 5/5 search for a land. I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty decent. It's okay. I'll live. Play the Wayward just because it is slightly bigger than Ripjaw, and being a control deck, they don't really have a whole lot of creatures. Likely not drawing too much, so again, just due to the off chance, might be facing something with, well, something like this. At the very least, oh my, okay, this could be very good. We're going to be drawing a lot of stuff here. Of course, I would like to, well, hopefully, I'd be able to hold off and play Ripjaw next turn, but I definitely want to draw 2 cards from playing Ripjaw with 2 Maraudings out. Of Nixilis decks, yes, definitely. He is, I think, one of the best additions, certainly to, I don't know, lots of formats, I believe. I've heard and seen some rumblings, the fantastic potential that guy's doing. Nasty, nasty stuff. Alrighty, hopefully they don't kill everything again, but that seems to be the trend. Bunch of Doom Scars, Wrath of God is probably coming down at some point, but they only have 4 cards in hand, so we may not be dead quite yet. Ooh, hey, that is a pretty neat... Yeah, I never made that connection. I like that. Sun, plants, that's a hard word to say. Photosynthesis. There we go. But yeah, suns. Bam, plants. Oh, wow. That is interesting. They really did not like the Immortal Sun. Huh. I'm thinking the Immortal Sun might be a nice addition of more than one copy. You don't see that every day. Hopefully we can continue getting some nice stuff. Certainly I have enough lands. I'm going to cycle. I'll save the fighting. I got plenty. Hopefully we don't get killed coming up here, though. I got to do something. But yeah, that makes sense. Double Topiary Stomper's power and toughness. But yeah, maybe just power. Plants get stronger with the sun, so yeah, I think just double power. Double power and toughness might be too overpowered. Now the question is, what are they planning? At the moment they could be fairly dead. They can make 1 token with Castle Ardenvale there, so they may be able to save themselves still. Now I'll see if they make this token or they get rid of something. The Wandering Emperor. What is she thinking? Oh, okay. They're getting pretty desperate. No sweeper. Cross the fingers. Now this is going to be pretty sweet. It is a lot of mana. Blue Bear, it's certainly working out in our favor, so again, leaning into more expensive things like the Immortal Sun, where previously most of my lists, it's been kind of hard. Definitely. Oh, well, I'm just going to fight the token. Hopefully draw a card. Hey, okay, they had to do it, but it ate up one of their counter spells. I don't have to worry about that getting... Oh, there we go. Regisaur Alpha, 100%. Slam that guy and slam them. Now the question is, it's not lethal. The token has to block Marauding Raptor. If it blocked... Yeah. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Maximum damage, maximum pressure, but a lot of mana. So it would be nice to have something to sink into it. Of course, Lair of the Hydra, which I think I forgot to add 1 copy, at the very least, of Lair of the Hydra, unfortunately. But, oh, got him. Got him. My goodness. You saw there. Let's go back a second. So, March of Otherworldly Light. That was very expensive for them to remove. So it cost them 1 white plus 6, so 7 in total to exile the Immortal Sun. That is a big headache. That's a big thing for them to expend everything. Of course, having the Immortal Sun, it was completely shutting down... Get out of there. Completely shutting down the planeswalkers that they have. They probably had... Oh, let me see. This is... I've worn this shirt before. Blue Bear. Blue Bear, you've seen this. It is Jurassic Park themed, but it says Daddysaurus. I have to flip the camera around, but that's what it says. Daddysaurus. But yeah, going back to this, having the Immortal Sun stopping the Wandering Emperor from doing anything. Teferi likely was a possibility. Pull that up again. Yeah, players can't activate Planeswalker loyalty abilities. I think I'm onto something with the Immortal Sun. I think definitely in the future I'm going to add at least 2 copies, because that is absolutely debilitating to a deck like this. Coffee cup with the same thing. Good stuff, Dylan. Not the Jurassic World coming out, just coincidence. I mean, everybody loves dinos. But my wife, of course, she knows I do dinos. She supports me doing this. So she wanted to get something dinosaur related, and that's where this shirt came from. Now the question is, cut Ghalta. I think there may be a fairly low chance, unfortunately, shedding some tears, that we see the Queen this matchup. Yeah, let's keep it with that, but coffee cup? Well, a cup of Joe, as they call coffee, but if the dad, his name is Joe, of course that would be a pretty neat tie-in. Maybe I should get that on a coffee cup, and a hat, and socks, and shorts. Huh. Complete dinosaur, Daddysaurus themed. Watch out. I think they're scratching their heads. They're wondering. They saw the Immortal Sun there, so they know they have to account for that. But they also have to account for the nasty damage potential from dinosaurs. So we're attacking them on multiple fronts. They know we have lots of cheap, powerful creatures, so they have to have multiple sweepers ready basically at all times, because we could bust out some surprising damage. So they really have to hold up quite a bit of mana. Hopefully they don't completely tap out, but King of Dinos. Oh, wow. I do appreciate that comment. It would be pretty cool being the king of something, at least. Maybe they rage quit. They took a while there. They're probably not feeling too good about that previous game. But definitely, got to prepare for Azorius Control here. If you're going into the Explorer format, historic Azorius Control was, well, probably still is pretty prevalent, but in Explorer, I would definitely recommend starting out with Shifting Ceratops, but 100% this. Again, technically I'm starting with 4 lands due to Bala Ged Recovery and Khalni Ambush here. Now, being a control deck, 100% makes sense. I just turn 1, Khalni territory, likely not any creatures to fight, so certainly makes sense to do that. Again, I'm often taking turn 1 off, and Commune with Dinosaurs is just good at basically any point in the game. Now the question is, we got to consider, they could have some sort of counter spell, removal, something like that. I'm just going to go the other Khalni territory, due to the fact I expect they are holding up that mana to kill a creature, plus just not play a creature. Yeah, I like the potential acceleration from Wayward Swordtooth. True Blue, how's it going? How's it going? I'm playing with the plant dino today. Yes, indeed. Topiary time. We kind of stomped this Azorius Control game 1 pretty nicely due to the Immortal Sun. That was lovely stuff, but playing with Topiary Stomper and Wayward Swordtooth here that you see, it's going pretty good so far. Hopefully they don't counter Wayward, but they see it. They may have prepared and have something to stop this from coming down. Oh, okay. Stomping Ground, yeah. Kind of feel like using Commune with Dinosaurs. Rootbound Crag. Take a little bit less. I don't have to shock myself if I don't need to, but Regisaur Alpha, let's go. They don't see the second copy in hand, so perhaps staggering, likely having to stagger both Regisaur Alphas. It could be some nice, surprising damage coming out. Oh, and hey, True Blue, there you go. You asked if I was playing it, and I drew it just for you. Now we got some options. I'll try for Marauding Raptor, see if that draws out anything. Definitely I would prefer to. Okay, so that drew out something. But we got Stomping Ground. Pay the 2 life. Topiary Stomper. Get some lands. Forest. Bala Ged Recovery. Play it as a land. Bam. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Oh, 100% True Blue. Focusing on the kind of synergy and caring about lands. Wayward Swordtooth playing. Oh, 3 copies. My goodness. This is going to be very, very nasty. Oh my, that is disgusting damage right there. But yeah, True Blue. Wayward Swordtooth, allowing us to play an additional land each turn. Synergizes and helps get to 10 permanents, but also Topiary Stomper being a permanent itself, plus grabbing another permanent, which is a land. So it's like a 2-for-1. Regisaur Alpha, also a 2-for-1. They're dead. Wow. My good. Oh, that is the most disgusting start you could hope for. Disgusting in a good way. Of course, it is only gold at the moment, but we are all mostly reset to gold or possibly platinum. But okay, you guys are watching at the right moment. I'm not running Rampaging Brontodon today, Alan Pep, unfortunately. Yes, there is that bug. I was actually kind of disappointed. I was going to bring in Rampaging Brontodon like they got stomped, True Blue, yes. And I was hoping to stomp them with that because, like some of you guys have mentioned, you see all the lands I got out here. Currently, I'd be able to cast Rampaging Brontodon. I do have 7. Makes sense. So when they fix that bug and allow me to use it, certainly that's going in. Now, when I do bring in Rampaging Brontodon, I'll probably cut Ghalta down to 1 copy just because they fill kind of the same spot, and Rampaging Brontodon can oftentimes, and likely with this list, be even bigger than Ghalta. If he swung right now, he'd be a 14/14 currently, so I guess you could kind of call him the king of dinos. Maybe the prince. Maybe all the Rampaging Brontodons are princes. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, 100%. Yes, Trainer James, it's working out, 100%. I'm not really sure what they were all about, but board wipes are rough. Again, maybe I should be starting out with Ripjaw Raptor. Oh, I got a pack. Let's open it. Wild card. Midstream pack opening. Let's go. Something useful. That is absolutely not useful. I don't even need to read it. My goodness. But I'll just bring up the list for some of you guys that maybe didn't catch the start of the stream here. So yeah, pretty simple. Again, maybe switching Ripjaw Raptor. Yeah, no, I'm going to do that right now, actually. Wish I would switch them a little bit faster. So yeah, starting off with shifting Ceratops to give extra edge, a little bit more chance against something like Azorius Control. Oh, glad you like it, Alan Pep. Yes, Daddysaurus. Let's see. Well, we took down Azorius Control in pretty good fashion. Survived through multiple board wipes. They probably were thinking we would just pack it in after the second Doomscar. They're sweeping us, but we got it done. Oh, nuts. Blue Bear, I read your comment a little bit too late on... Oh, I don't even need to think about that. I mean, unfortunately, I may not have something to play turn 2, but... Yeah, Blue Bear, I saw your comment just a little bit too late. I forgot about Lair of the Hydra again. Nuts. Next turn, though. I mean, I should be able to go Otepec Huntmaster plus Marauding Raptor. This is interesting. Yeah, sometimes we don't need Lair of the Hydra. This is looking like Azorius Artifacts again. Huh? Next turn actually could be, well, very nasty. I may go double Topiary Stomper. I just go Regisaur Alpha for some pretty fantastic aggression, but hopefully they don't get rid of Huntmaster or Marauding. Hopefully both those guys survive. Oh, this looks like it might be Azorius Greasefang. Some variation of Greasefang. Could get nasty. Definitely it's going to get out of control pretty quick. Oh. Makes me shed a tear at this moment. If I had Culling Ritual, oh boy, that would be lovely. But I do not like Patchwork Automaton. And that is only going to get bigger, so I'm actually going to... Oh, wait, I don't have 4 power. That was close. Math is hard, but 3 is less than 4. I almost double blocked Patchwork Automaton thinking 3 would take out 4. It does not. Not at all. Yeah, double Topiary. Let's go. Hopefully I'm not caught out. Maybe going Regisaur would have been better just to have more things that could block, because at the moment I am only at 6. I will be going to 7 next turn, which will be quite nice. Try and get in a little bit of damage with Marauding. They will have to at least double block to take them out if they want to do so. Oh man, this would be the juiciest Culling Ritual at the moment. Oh, that is sweet. Yeah, it would just take out everything. Of course, we would lose our own Huntmaster and Marauding Raptor, but... it's always painful when I'm not going Jund Dinos, and I don't have that card, unfortunately. Oh, yikes. What do they have up their sleeve? Oh, I'll show you that. Blue Bear and anybody else that doesn't know. So, Bomat Courier, it's a mainstay. Fantastic card in mono red aggro. 1 for a 1/1 haste. Lovely stuff. Whenever it attacks, they exile the top card of their library face down. They can pay 1 red to discard their hand, and they don't have to have anything in hand. So, if they have nothing, they discard nothing, and they sacrifice them, and they get back... Actually, I have to block something, I believe. Yes. Oh, 1. Oh my goodness. What the heck, you guys? This is what you come to see. The most disgusting damage. Oh, okay, bam, dead. I can kind of hear the sound effects through my headphones sitting to the side. The volume's up, but normally I can't hear it, so that was definitely, Fry, glad it's helping you out. I'm always happy to help any way I can, and certainly I do learn from you guys. You see the things I miss, like not putting in that Lair of the Hydra, but again, Blue Bear, it seems we don't need it. No lair needed. You said it. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, certainly you can ask them live during the stream, I'll try and answer them as best as possible. At least reasonings, things I face, that sort of stuff. But it's a kind of aggro. It's not really a Azorius Artifact affinity. That's not really a thing. A lot of that stuff was from Modern Horizons. So of course Explorer, eventually going to Pioneer, it's not going to have access to those. I think Ripjaw could be quite good in this matchup. Yeah, Bomat Courier, fantastic if you're playing mono red. Basically, that's an auto include in all mono red aggro, I would imagine. You know what, I'm going to cut Shifting Ceratops. I think Ripjaw Raptor could be a little more beneficial here. Yeah, keep it like that. It's fantastic stuff if, say they've attacked 4 times with Bomat Courier, bam, they get all those 4 cards, and like I mentioned, they don't even have to have a hand. They just sacrifice it, discard nothing, and get 4 cards. It's lovely, lovely. Actually, I want to turn down the... Okay. Certainly that's much better than having no lands. We did see the Queen, so I think there could be a good potential to maybe see her again, but I'll still play it a little safe. Keep as many lands as possible. Oh, 100% also Runaway Steamkin for mono red burn, stuff like that. It's fantastic. Pretty cheap, certainly pretty straightforward. Mono red certainly does some nasty stuff, but I think they're a little more common in best of 1, where they may fold 2 sweepers that somebody would bring in if it was best of 3 from the sideboard. So it's certainly something to watch out for if you're ever playing in best of 1. Well, there is Huntmaster. Potentially he could fight somebody with Khalni Ambush there. I mean, that's not the best use of fighting, but it might make the difference. I'll certainly try and fight Ingenious Smith if it hasn't gone to a 2-2, but I think that's going to happen here. Excuse me, yes. Can't block that, certainly. Oh, okay, we got somebody. Bala Ged Recovery. Again, it has to come into play tapped. I mean, technically you could use Bomat Courier in any deck, as long as you have a way to pay red, some way to make red mana so that you can do its ability there, sacrifice it, and get those cards that it's exiled each time it's attacked. So, yeah, it is an artifact. It could fit in any deck, as long as you can make run 1 red mana. Sometimes they run away with the game if you don't kill it fast enough. So it's kind of a Azorius Artifacts auras. Well, we're not really doing a whole lot, of course. When you have lots of lands, sometimes that's all you're going to draw. I don't really see a way out of this at the moment. Now, cut the losses, of course. Maybe I could have played another turn, possibly made something happen, but that Stonecoil Serpent, that was rough. Dual lands, yeah, certainly you could do something like that. Yeah. Kind of like Reckless Rage, now that I think about it. Taking out something nasty. It could potentially take out Stone Coil Serpent. Does have protection from multicolored, so basically it's going to be damaged by most stuff. Regisaur Alpha is the only multicolored thing, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to cut Commune. 3 Communes. Hopefully Khalni Ambush and Reckless Rage combined mean we can keep some of those bigger things, at least from growing out of control. Ooh, I kind of like that. There we go. Again, like I mentioned, before you get to 7 lands, you can make use of Topiary Stomper as a target for Reckless Rage or Khalni Ambush. So at the very least, turn 3, Topiary. Hopefully something turn 2. Ooh. Yeah. I'm going to stick with Rootbound Crag. I was thinking maybe doing Khalni Ambush, but I want to maintain 2 removal thingamajigs. Ooh, but Huntmaster though, that's I kind of like that. Nah, it's got to be Topiary. Get some more lands. Hopefully we draw another one next turn that I can play. I might be able to go Khalni Ambush plus Reckless Rage. This could be good. As long as they leave Topiary Stomper up, I think there's a pretty good chance. Again, before having 7 lands, Topiary Stomper doesn't present very menacing threats, so due to that, there's maybe a good chance he sticks around a little bit more often than if he could attack and block. Oh, we're taking stuff out. Yes, indeed. Oh, a land. Alright. We got options here. I kind of want to take out Patchwork Automaton before it grows too big. It has Ward 2, so Reckless Rage, I'd have to pay an extra 2. I wouldn't have enough for Khalni Ambush. Khalni Ambush, if I wanted to go that, I'd have to pay everything, unfortunately. You know what, I'm going to go with the Ripjaw, then Reckless Rage. Take out Ingenious Smith. Ooh, next turn we could be seeing the Queen again. But certainly Ripjaw should provide a pretty good deterrent as long as they can't get rid of it. Patchwork Automaton, Stone Coil Serpent, certainly those guys are not going to be attacking into Ripjaw at the very least. I wouldn't think. Oh, that is... Well, that's very nasty. Would have been nice saving Reckless Rage, actually. Taking out the Patchwork Automaton with all that glitters on the stack. So perhaps could have played that a little bit differently. The fact that Reckless Rage is an instant speed removal. You can respond in that sort of fashion. If they're putting something like all that glitters, you just kill it before it gets big. I'm gonna take that 7, unfortunately. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is big. Marauding for 1, Ghalta for 2. Woohoo. Still gonna hold back this Khalni Ambush. Maybe go with that next turn. Yeah. Hope they don't put another all that glitters on the Patchwork Automaton, otherwise that could be very bad. But as long as it doesn't have trample, we have Huntmaster, Marauding Raptor, the Queen, Ghalta to block anything too nasty. Ooh, they want the Stone Coil Serpent to die. So whatever they slap Eater or Virtue on, it's going to get reach, trample, and protection from multicolored. whenever equipped creature dies, you exile it, and whatever you attach later on with Eater of Virtue has all the abilities of creatures exiled with it. Of course, Stone Coil Serpent is ability soup there, reach, trample, and protection from multicolored. That's a pretty fantastic combination. Now, the question is, do I want to take 3? Yeah. Maybe not. Now, let's cancel that. I'll take 3. We still might be able to get it done. Definitely with Khalni Ambush. As long as I get another land, I have 6. 3 for Khalni, 3 for Regisaur. That might do it. Yeah, certainly. Very obvious. Oh, yikes. Oh, there's the land I was hoping for. Right, let's, actually, I'm just going to kill the Patchwork Automaton. Now, question is, do I have lethal? Seems like I probably do still. No. Killing the Patchwork Automaton. Ghalta, yes. Let's do it. Pay the extra 2. Ghalta still survives. Seems alright. Of course, I'll still attack with the Queen. They have a lot less to block with. At least one thing is going to take advantage of killing Ghalta. Want at least 2 things to block. Oh, 16. I think that should do it if I attack with everything. Bam, yes. Send them all in. That's what I was thinking, and I didn't even need to. I just let the opponent decide for me. Good stuff. I was trying to do the math, figure out blocking-wise the 3/3 Ingenious Smith blocking Marauding Raptor. Ripjaw Raptor, the 2/2 would probably block that. They'd take 12 plus 1 from Huntmaster, leaving them at 1. But then it would be completely open. So they could have slapped Eater Virtue plus Shadow Spear on the Stone Coil Serpent. Right there, that would have been 4, actually. So technically, if I did swing in with everything, I think in that instance, I would have been dead. But luckily, they didn't see that. The 3/3 trading with Marauding. Yeah. No, they would have won. Yeah, definitely. I try to kind of keep in mind how things might happen, figure things out, and see if it illuminates a better play, attacking with everything, maybe just a couple things. Probably just swinging in with Ghalta would have certainly done the trick there, holding back everything, because, like I say, I would have lost if they had seen that line. The 3/3 trading with Marauding. Ripjaw being blocked by the 2/2. Then Huntmaster plus Ghalta 13. They're still left next turn with the 3/3 Smith plus the 1/1 Serpent. They don't even need to attach any of those artifacts to kill us, so luckily I didn't attack with everything, but it seems like they may have missed that out, potentially. Math is hard sometimes. But yes, Blue Bear, good match, certainly. I think it was Diamond 2? Yeah, it was Diamond 2. Yeah, I didn't quite get up to Diamond 1, but things are going good. Certainly. Let's jump right back into it. Hopefully continue the streak tonight, because Oh, taking down some neat stuff. Pretty nasty though. Seems, again, a nice thing to have that instant speed interaction again. Responding to all that glitters. Anything that could increase the power of some artifact, certain creature. Yeah, if you can remove it before it gets big, they lose all that glitters because the creature that it was going to be attached to no longer exists. So it's kind of like a fantastic 2-for-1. But this hand, this I like. Huntmaster, hopefully leading to turn 3, Hasty Shifting Ceratops. We got removal. It's good stuff. Oh, Bowie. Rakdos Anvil. This could be a headache, to say the least. Seems like we might be able to get quite a few things going, though. Hopefully they don't kill Huntmaster. Of course, I don't have Tamio's safekeeping to potentially protect the cheap early acceleration. If I did, I may hold off on Huntmaster, but due to the fact I don't have it at all, cross my fingers. Live. Oh, okay. It's looking up. Oh. Rakdos Greasefang. Mardu Greasefang. Oh, this is going to be bad. I need Death Gorge. Game 2, 100%. I'm not blocking that Stitcher supplier, that's for sure. But this is Greasefang, so cheating out big, powerful vehicles from the graveyard. Oftentimes it is Parhelion 2 here. It's a headache. It's a nightmare if they can get things going. So Death Gorge exiling the things they're hoping to cheat out. Game 2. That's going to be lovely. I'm going to go big. Go hard with Wayward. Get the Topiary. Get some more lands. Get to 7. Hopefully a little bit sooner. I was thinking Shifting Ceratops, but I'll cross my fingers they don't get Greasefang next turn. Of course, that could happen, and then we may just be dead, unfortunately. Yeah, they could. Well, excuse me. They definitely, if you're in Rakdos colors, I think Obnixilis, the new one from Streets of New Capenna, that certainly should be a consideration. This could be pretty nasty, but with them attacking with that token, they got a treasure. Now they do have a source of white, and they will be able to play Greasefang. It costs black and white. If they do have Greasefang in hand. But just luckily, they haven't quite gone off. Right, Shelter Thicket. Gets me to 6. Khalni Ambush. There's nothing really I want to kill. So I'm actually just going to play it tapped, get to the 7th land so that I can use Topiary Stomper. Yeah, Shifting Ceratops, give it haste. Huntmaster, give Marauding haste, and just swing with a lot of stuff. Yeah, they would have 100%. They would have played Greasefang if they had it. That makes sense. If they play Greasefang here, we die. Just being at 14. Parhelion plus the creatures that... Hey, that's alright. Again, Reckless Rage. Interacting at instant speed before it goes to combat, because now some bad things are going to happen. 12. Are we dead? I think that does it. I believe that does it. 5, 4. 8 plus 5 is 13. Oh, block something. Yeah, nasty, scary stuff. Exactly, lethal. And that's alright. We have a game plan against Greasefang. The nasty potential of bringing big vehicles from the graveyard. So again, Reckless Rage, 1 red. We target Greasefang before it goes to combat. So usually if I think that's going to happen, I just put a stop on their first main phase there, just so it doesn't go to combat without me missing the opportunity to kill Greasefang. And as long as we kill Greasefang, we should be off to the races. And again, fighting it potentially again at instant speed with Khalni Ambush. So we got that potential to take it out. But again, with Death Gorge, exiling things from the graveyard. Keep some space with Commune, taking that out. Probably don't need Bala Ged Recovery quite as much. The Immortal Sun, I'll bring one back in. Okay. We got the plan. Let's take down the Greasefang, the greasy rat. Ooh, double Death Gorge. We got Marauding, we got Death Gorge. That's an instant keep. Hopefully, well, it is a Thoughtseize. I was hoping it wasn't, but of course, if you're in black, you're probably bringing in Thoughtseize to help protect and, of course, gain information. But they see the Death Gorge. I think they may not like that. Probably going to be, yeah. Oh. Oop, the third land, fantastic. So at the very least, if Marauding dies, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, we still get to go Death Gorge next turn. This could be good. Man, we're getting spoiled here. But certainly I'll go with the second one. We'll take out Thoughtseize and do I want to take out the Blood Tithe Harp? No, I want to at least hold back Marauding Raptor for 1 turn, potentially going Regisaur Alpha next turn if they haven't killed Marauding. They may want to prioritize. Yeah, okay. I don't have any more Death Gorge Scavengers in hand. Oh, but they also have another Blood Tithe Harvester. That guy is nasty. Nah, I'll get Shifting Ceratops. There's nothing too crazy in the graveyard at the moment to exile. Again, I'll hold back Marauding. Of course, they could get Parhelion. Oh, they do. Greasefang. Oh, okay. There we go. That almost does it. We're not quite dead. We're almost dead. Probably dead. We still have a body. Now, could we potentially, possibly turn this around? Shifting Ceratops can have reach. Could we present lethal? Well, with Regisaur Alpha, maybe. I think it makes sense to save. Yeah, they don't have another Parhelion in the graveyard. Save at least 1 mana for Shifting Ceratops to gain reach. Don't have any non-creatures, so Wayward Swordtooth it is. Let's go. Oh, yes, what am I thinking? It goes back to their hand. They have a blood token, so they discard it. Yeah, that will do it. Yes, indeed. I forgot about that interaction there. Fantastic with the blood token. So that allows them, Greasefang, they return Parhelion or whatever nasty vehicle they got from the graveyard back to their hand. As long as they have blood tokens, they just pay 1 and discard it and back into the graveyard, recycle it the following turn at the beginning of their combat. Yeah, that is the nasty, fantastic potential of Greasefang. That's certainly running rampant in Explorer like it kind of has been in Historic. So it's something to keep on your radar, guys. Definitely instant speed, Soul Guide Lantern, something that exiles the graveyard after they potentially discard things. But as long as you can kill Greasefang, anything that deals 3 damage, exiles a white creature, a black creature, Greasefang's colors, that can do the trick. I think most Greasefang decks, they do have probably the full play set of Greasefang just because it is so pivotal to what the entire deck is hoping to do. Yeah. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Still fantastic. Taking down Azorius Control. If that happens in any night, doesn't matter if I lose the rest of them. Oh, you gotta love that. Jeremy Farmer. Mono green. Ramping. Farming. Oh boy. We got Yorion. Let's see. I mean, starting off with Shifting Ceratops, something like Yorion. Hard to say exactly what the game plan is, but going first, definitely should be a fantastic start. Ooh, Rootbound. I was a little bit worried there. So, this could be good. Bant Angels, potentially. Yeah, I'm not too sure what they're planning on doing. I'll go with the Shifting Ceratops. I was thinking Topiary Stomper, but excuse me. Use up all my available mana. Hopefully get a nice little swing with Marauding here, and then next turn still hopefully be able to go Regisaur Alpha and maybe finish them off. They won't be able to sweep. At the very least, I would imagine they'd only be able to take out Marauding Raptor, if anything. Could be 4-color Yorion, Bant Yorion, Bant Angels. Well, that's not going to do a whole lot for you. All right. Go time, I think. Yeah, Regisaur Alpha. Do as much damage as possible. Hope they don't have a sweeper coming up next turn. That'd be very unfortunate. But I feel like they probably don't. Oh, cross the fingers. Oh, okay. Yorion Fires of Invention. That's... they gotta do something. Also still pretty impactful. Bam. Okay. We gained the information. We know the shenanigans they're trying to pull. For anybody that doesn't know, back in Eldraine, fantastic, fantastic card here. Fires of Invention. Could be hit or miss, but 3 in a red. Enchantment. You can cast spells only during your turn, and you can cast no more than 2 spells each turn. So we don't have to worry about them countering anything we have, since they can only play stuff during their turn. But they can cast spells with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands they control without paying their mana costs. So if they have 2 things that cost 4 and they have 4 lands out, they can play both those things, which Normally would have cost a total of 8, but they only have 4 lands. It gets sometimes out of control very quickly. So at least I gained the information. I know what they're all about, and I'll just try and go as fast as possible, really. They do have some creatures. They just have a hodgepodge of all the best possible stuff. Going as fast as possible is oftentimes a good idea. Maybe not a whole lot of non-creature things in either graveyard, so probably I'll keep Death Gorge out of there for now. But I do like the potential nice extra aggression, something like Rampaging Ferocidon, a fairly cheap body. Immortal Sun. I'll cut that. Oh man, it's still fantastic. We saw that at the start tonight. Again, I was hoping to see it at least once, but yeah, that's doing good stuff. Yeah, 3 communes. I want to have nicer, more bodies. They're not doing a whole lot of life gain, a whole lot of creatures, but if they get one creature, maybe Rampaging Ferocidon pings them when it comes into play, speaking of. But if they have one, you know, he can just continually fly past them, chip away, hopefully get a few swings off, get some nice damage in that way. Due to Menace, they would need 2 creatures to block, and there we go. We got Stomping Ground. Normally that would have been bad, but we'll go turn 1, Khalni territory, turn 2 Stomping at the very least. That could still be a very fantastic hand. Hopefully getting a 3rd land. Oh, ooh, Huntmaster. Oh, I like the looks of this. Ooh, oh, more lands. Good stuff. It has to be Stomping Ground. I do need that source of red. Hopefully they don't counter. Huntmaster. Okay. It does. I mean, the namesake for tonight. Topiary time. Stomping opponents. Not so much that Greasefang deck, unfortunately. We were knocked out quite well. Oh, they're going fairly slow. I think in general, Fires of Invention decks just kind of do their own thing for the first couple turns, and that does not translate too well sometimes. Yeah, it's got to be Topiary. I want at least another source of red, just to help cast Rampaging Ferocidon at a following turn. Certainly need many sources of green here. You can see at the moment, Topiary Stomper, I have to have 2 sources of green, Shifting Ceratops, Wayward Swordtooth. If I have a mountain, it's doing nothing to help me cast these guys here. Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what they got going on. Definitely, I do like Rampaging Ferocidon. That would have been fantastic, actually, having it out last turn. Yeah, it's hard to say. It would have been better, actually, to go Topiary Stomper plus Shifting Ceratops before... Actually, I could go Wayward, because I can attack with Wayward, yes. Let's do that. Hopefully I get to a 7th land next turn, be able to attack with both Topiary Stompers. Alrighty. Maximum aggression. Of course, it may be good to hold back. I'm not too sure seeing these tokens. Maybe they're just kind of used as chump blockers, that sort of thing. Help deter some early aggression as they build up. They get to the Fires of Invention, start kind of cheating out, casting bigger spells. So Essica's Chariot, maybe it's just sort of a stall tactic. But they pretty much have to sweep us here if they have a sweeper. Oh! We're on fire tonight. Now, gold, normally it's nothing special to say the least, but likely people are, there's a pretty good chance, being the first couple days of the month, people in gold, they could have been people that were in diamond that were demoted down to gold. There's that chance, of course. There could have been people in silver that climbed up to gold, but being the first day or two in a new season, that still could be a possibility, I think. But yeah, we had the right stuff. We took them down. They really didn't interact at all. And you can see if you don't interact with dinos, especially this one, having lots of cheap stuff, we get lots of lands. We play Topiary Stomper, Wayward Swordtooth. Certainly this list seems like it was pretty easy to, at the very least, turn on Wayward Swordtooth. Again, in the past, that has been a little difficult, to say the least, getting to 10 permanents, but the synergy of Topiary, Wayward, getting to 7 lands certainly seems to be quite easy. It's happened the most in any variation since Topiary has been released. It's been a little awkward, but this one, lots of lands, I think that's the way to go. Yeah, it certainly seemed fairly random with that chariot. It has to be power only to crew Essica's chariot, so they would have to tap both of those cats to have the total power and be able to attack with it. It would be nice if you could tap for toughness, but actually I think there is one card. Somewhere here. White. If I remember correctly. Ah, yes. So, Blue Bear, going to your comment, I believe this is the only creature where it can crew vehicles using its toughness rather than its power. So a toughness of 6. Basically, that's going to crew, I think, every single vehicle. I don't think any vehicle has a crew of higher than 6. So this is one instance where the toughness can be used, but yeah, usually it is only power. But yeah, man, there's a lot to think about. Certainly things worked out quite well. Getting some cheap, maybe more cheap, instant speed interaction to help combat the Greasefang Graph Digger's Cage. I have actually been considering that, so I might try that out to help against... No, that's not how you spell it. I always think if it's 2 Fs, it's 1 F. Graph Digger's Cage, fantastic to have a turn 1 play. It is a permanent, so it helps turn on Wayward Swordtooth, getting closer to 10. But it's going to help against that Greasefang, Rakdos Arcanist wanting to cast stuff. I think a lot of us probably know this fantastic card, shutting down multiple decks, Collected Company, that sort of thing. Yes, definitely once that bug is fixed, I can start using Rampaging Brontodon. I think that is a natural fit. Something that's very costly, maybe in the future. Probably not, but... what's it called? Yes, maybe in the future, due to having so much ramp, I will use our highly overcosted Lord. I shed a tear looking at this. Still, I don't think if I had enough mana to quite easily cast this, I would cast it. Maybe. I would still rather Rampaging Brontodon, which costs the same, 5 and 2 green. I would prefer Rampaging Brontodon over this, but maybe one day I play the worst, well, not the greatest Lord. Pit Fight? Possibly. Let's take a quick look at fight spells. Instant speed interaction. Maybe not. Primal Might, of course. I think that's something I should highlight with all the ramp. Tons of lands being able to sink everything into Primal Might, make someone big, take out effectively any creature with enough. Say X was +5/+5 on something like Shifting Ceratops, making it a 10/9. That's basically taking out everything. Of course, being sorcery speed, it's alright, but Primal Might in the past has won me quite a few games, getting to use that additional power after taking out something big. You just swing in, do tons of damage. Of course, it does help to cast Ghalta. Potentially, if you're almost there, you can make something big, fight, cast Ghalta due to increased power, and still swing with that buffed thing. Pit fight, 1 red, 1 green. Not seeing it. Maybe I haven't redeemed it yet. Or I don't. Maybe it's not added. I do know pit fight though. Yeah, I don't see it. Eventually, I believe it's going to be added. It is Pioneer legal, but it doesn't seem like it's here at the moment. Certainly though, well, I think I would consider it. Definitely. Anything that's instant speed fighting, instant speed interaction, I do try to look at and consider how I'd work it in. Inscription of Abundance, instant speed, has been pretty good in the past, and having Kicker, lots of lands, there's a pretty good chance I would get to 5. So this could be something good to consider now that I think about it. In the past, it has been hard sometimes not having so many lands, ramping, getting to 5. If I do have exactly 5, chances are I want to play some other creature, some other dino, and I'm just not left with enough to kick this and get the full benefit of it. Otherwise, probably better to just go some other fight spell that costs 1 and a green and is instant speed. Blizzard Brawl, snow dinos. Definitely, that could be pretty fantastic potential. Something to work on. Prize fight, though. That's pretty fantastic from New Capenna. Instant speed. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. But you do make a treasure token, which is going to help cast things. But think of it. A treasure is a permanent. Prize fight might actually help us get to 10 permanents. Say I'm sitting at 9. I have Wayward Swordtooth. Prize fight, targeting Wayward Swordtooth, take something out, and I make the treasure token, getting me to 10 permanents, turning on Wayward Swordtooth, ascending, and now I'm able to attack and block. So actually, prize treasure dinos would be cool. They're a treasure of mine. I treasure them quite dearly. Yeah. Man, there's a lot to think about after tonight. That was pretty fantastic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Blue Bear, everybody else watching, getting pretty close to breaking the all-time concurrent viewers record, which is just absolutely amazing. Certainly there's room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. I did have lots of fun. I think I'll be back with maybe a list similar to this, make some tweaks, some stuff that I've learned from tonight, at the very least. Yes, I'll see you soon, Blue Bear. Trainer James, Jetmir, possibly. Anybody that doesn't know, Jetmir, Nexus of Revels. Yeah, if you have a lot of cheap creatures, I could definitely see this working, certainly. I do have a lot of Wayward Swordtooth, cheap. Topiary Stomper. Yeah. I do like it. At least getting to 6 creatures, so everything has trample. Fantastic. Naya dinos, I think this might be... It's definitely something to try. At the very least, as long as I have 3 creatures, everything having vigilance is just fantastic. Of course, there is Kahira. if I did want the vigilance, giving all dinosaurs +1/+1 vigilance, lovely stuff. But it does die to Marauding Raptor being at 2 toughness, where Jetmir, yeah, he's a 5/4. With the new lands, yes, definitely. I do have a copy of Jetmir's Guard, and I'll probably redeem and just finish off the playset. I will be going Naya Dinos eventually down the line at some point, but yeah, lots of the cheap ramping, Wayward Swordtooth, Topiary Stomper, potentially grabbing Plains if I do decide to bring in a single of that, just to help consistency-wise, help cast something like Jetmir here. Ooh, yeah. Oh, now I'm thinking, man, there's so much good stuff to think about. But tonight was good. Very fantastic. Certainly a little bit of tweaking, but very good overall. So, again, thanks, Trainer James, Blue Bear, everybody else. Hopefully you have a good night, a good morning, whenever it is you're watching. And I'll see you next time.